The sword of Damocles is dangling over the head of my beloved Shonisaurus and dropping lower with each passing day. Hello folks, I'm back from the Frontier event in Cambridge. It was a really nice day filled with impossibly lovely people, which is actually kind of horrible because whatever dinosaur looks really silly. I have to say it looks silly, but then oh god, the humanity. Anyway, there's a lot to catch up on from the last few days. I'm going to zip through it. I've got a couple little new things in here as well. And I can't tell you anything about the event itself, but all I will say is there's some very cool stuff happening. That's all you get, you greedy geese. There is cool stuff happening. That's it. We're done. Two little downers I kind of want to start off on though, unfortunately, before we get to the good stuff. I do want to confirm these because I see these come up a lot. So number one, working bridges are not in the game. You can build them for aesthetics, of course. If you want to have pretty bridges all over your park, you can definitely do that. Cars may drive over them, but human people will not currently use bridges. Now, I also believe that applies to dinosaurs as well, and that they won't walk across rocks. We've seen this a couple of times now, like in, say, the Utah Raptor Dinosaur Showcase, but I think it's just fancy trailer shenanigans. I'm 99% sure on this one, 100% sure on the bridges. The dinosaur database updated on Tuesday whilst I was on the train, how rude, and it featured a bunch of already confirmed dinosaurs, such as Chunkingosaurus, Compsognathus, Diplodocus, Indoraptor, Parasaurolophus, Scorpius rex, and then two of our ceratopsids, Nasutoceratops and Sinoceratops. Both have been a little bit controversial. Sinoceratops because some people have suggested the design on the right, the male, should actually be the female, because of course that's the established canon design, but that's not strictly true because Jurassic World did have breeding populations, it had males and females. I think we can give them a pass on that one. The other complaint, and the slightly more pertinent complaint I reckon, is because the male has the quote-unquote new skin and the female has the old skin. So that means technically we can no longer make a screen accurate Sinoceratops anymore. Basically what they need to do is release a canon skin for the male Sinoceratops to accommodate this and all will be well. The Nasutoceratops is maybe the more controversial of the two because canonically we do already have male and female designs for this dinosaur. Now the male is the same as in Evolution 2, that's a whole other kettle of fish that I'm not getting into today, but the female doesn't really match the canon female design. Both the horns and the frill are different. Now personally, I'm not too bugged by stuff like this, but I can totally see why people are. I don't want to diminish that, given it's a Jurassic World game after all. So hopefully this is something that gets maybe taken a look at in some TLC a little bit down the line. On the plus side, the little juvenile is basically perfect to the canon design and it's very cute. Of course, that's not all we got. Metriacanthosaurus is also back, thankfully with some subtle sexual dimorphism. I think those eye crests on the male are a little bit pointier, a little bit larger. And it's of course also got that more colourful striping pattern with that big swathe of colour down the snout. And one more big new reveal happened, Ornithomimus. Again, I was on the train. One of the most requested dinosaurs for the franchise. Orny comes in with some spectacular coloration, really interesting plumage, and some great sexually dimorphic coloration as well. Not just that, but it's got that larger, lower hanging tail fan. It is a stunning looking dinosaur. I particularly like the neck without those typical feathers. It's kind of this little sort of more puffy kind of feathering, and it's quite accurate to what we think the dinosaur probably did look like and what a lot of extant birds do have at the moment as well. It is yet another herbivore, but personally, they're also visually interesting and distinct from each other that I can't say I mind that really. Every herbivore we've got is very distinct from every other herbivore we've got, so it feels okay. I mean, it'll be great to get some new carnivores. We might have something on that in just a minute, but at the very least, I think we've got some really beautiful new creatures. The Ornithomimus showcase video was notable for two things, other than how pretty these things are and how wonderfully they've been animated. These ostrich-like animations feel all the more appropriate now with this new feathering. But people got very excited about the road, and who wouldn't? We can build roads. Roads are cool. And also the notion of hiding a viewing gallery buried into this rock so only the glass is visible. Pretty cool idea. Hell, cover it all with rock if you want. Your guests don't deserve to see anything. They're a bunch of nerds. I do want to bring this up because I've been guilty of stoking this fire a little bit, and I saw a post on Reddit that was very relevant. It was correct, and that was Archaeornithomimus, for example, has been slated a little bit. Why do we have Archaeornithomimus when we've got Struthiomimus, when we've got Gallimimus, when we now have Ornithomimus? Archae definitely feels like a bit of a wasted spot, inverted commas. But it's kind of the wrong way of looking at things, because each new dinosaur doesn't just require bringing over, they require sexual dimorphism now, they require a new pattern, they require a new juvenile with a new rig, etc. So it's not that Ornithomimus has taken the spot off another dinosaur. It's not like Dinosaur isn't in so far because we have Ornithomimus. It's more like, hey, we've done the rig for the juvenile Gallimimus, we can throw it on the Ornithomimus pretty quickly. That's a lot less work. At the end of the day, game design is a series of checks and balances between what we want to do and what can we reasonably do. Don't get me wrong, I think it's very important we get some of those beautiful creatures that we all love so much, but I do think if we didn't get Arky, we would have just one less dinosaur in the roster rather than it taking the slot of something else. I think it's worth noting. In terms of what's coming next, we've got a couple of little hints. There's this little teaser on the official website tucked away at the bottom of an article promising they're going to treat us to some special surprises. Now that sounds weirdly flirty to me and I'm totally into it and that's how I'm going to read it, but it's exciting to know there's something else coming down the line. Or there isn't, and this is marketing lingo, it might just be like another article or something, but it costs nothing to be optimistic, I suppose. And then there's this. So Hiplobinoxa, I really hope that's how you say it, has been tracking IDs on the Evolution 3 database for quite a while now to great effect, and I want to give them a little shout out for keeping me in the loop with what's been going on. But they are onto him, and the IDs were recently swapped out for big old eye emojis, suspicious kind of eye emojis, you know what I mean. Now those IDs in the past, before they became eyeballs, have been ordered in specific batches, and without boring you with the details, their ordering suggests there's space for one more new species other than Ornithomimus. As explained further in this comment by Reddit user Hassan Esquire. Esquire? I assume you're going for an Esquire thing there. This sort of stuff is always a little bit up in the air, definitely nothing confirmed here, but I will say Hiplo is a bit of a wizard with this stuff and has been very right in the past. We're talking all the way back in Evolution 1 with the hexagons and stuff. Could that one new species be our super sexy secret surprise? We'll have to wait and see, but feel free to speculate wildly as to what it could be. With all that said and done, here is the now updated roster. Hopefully actually included the right image this time. We have a grand massive total of 6 spots left with this week's new additions. 6. And you'd imagine 2 of those spots have got to go to Therizinosaurus and Oviraptor, which are our 2 movie canon dinosaurs that are still missing. The Sword of Damocles is dangling over the head of my beloved Shonisaurus and dropping lower with each passing day. There's another dinosaur update scheduled for next week, so we may well find out the final roster in just a few days' time, 5 days from now. But if not, either way, we're going to know before too long. Evolution 3 is out in less than 3 weeks' time. Who are you still hoping makes the cut, and why is it Dinosaur? Let me know what you think down below. Thanks so much for joining me. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye.